It's insane how many veterans off themselves, and in the veteran community, we kind of just take it for granted that that happens. Whereas to the mainstream media and civilians, it's just horrifying when they find out that this is an issue. Recently, I was talking to a buddy about just like checking in with some of our friends, and like the crazy thing is our mind immediately goes to like, yeah, make sure like this person isn't gonna off themselves. Like that's where our first thought goes. You know, taking yourself out is a top contender for how you're gonna go out as a GWOT veteran. And it's crazy. Like I made skits about how you're just genuinely kind of surprised if you hear about a veteran who's like under the age of like 60 or 70 who like didn't die from suicide. And that story was inspired by a real conversation with a buddy who was describing a guy he knew. And he just mentioned like, oh yeah, he like passed away a few years ago. And the default assumption, I was like, oh, like suicide. And he like thought about it and was just like, no, I think car accident actually. And he was like, huh. He was like, nice. And it was just like pleasantly surprised that he didn't kill himself like that. I don't know. I just don't think that's like normal. And it's just, I don't know. It's weird to me that that doesn't seem to get a lot of mainstream attention. There seems to be only like one understanding of the veteran. Civilians even have a hard time understanding why a veteran who hasn't seen combat would be depressed. Like they just can't, they assume you have to be deployed to like have some sort of like fucked up mental stuff. And from serving in my own battalion where like 4 or 5 of the guys that I knew that took their own life had seen no combat. So clearly that's not clearly that's not the problem. And I think something people forget is like, dude, do you think mentally like stable people are joining the military? You think the Taliban was defeated by people who loved themselves as a child? No, it's like filled with people with somehow really high egos and like extreme self-loathing at the same time. It's like dudes that wanted to like win every single competition, ruck march, but then like in their head you just felt like they walked away being like, still not enough, I'm worthless, I gotta go to selection now. I mean, it's to the point where if you meet a guy in the military who seems to have like a perfect family, no vices, you almost get freaked out. What is motivating you? But I think it's a very uncomfortable topic for the mainstream. Like it probably doesn't market very well. It just no one outside of the community seems to really know that it's that bad. Anyway, hope everyone's having a good Friday and we'll get back to regularly programmed fun and lighthearted sketches.